international folk style.
That's no joke.
Yeah, no joke.
That's no joke, and here we go. 145 pounds, first match of the night. We got Estrada in the green ankle band. We got Rodriguez in the red ankle band. A little shot attempt from Estrada. He looked really good in the semifinal match. He was shooting shot after shot, but he really only got the first takedown in the match, and after that was really struggling to finish his shots. So we'll see if he can get his offense going here.
Nice little high C attempt. Countered well by Rodriguez.
Estrada is just very tough to wrestle. And really, the only way to really get him, I was talking to his coach earlier, is to get on top of him and turn him.
He's just got such a solid stance.
Oh, yeah.
A great base. Stays in the middle of the mat. Doesn't play the boundaries. Minute to go in the period.
Got a little overtime for both wrestlers. Rodriguez hangs on to his. Both wrestlers really feeling each other out in this first minute here. We get that a lot with these high-level matches.
That head position's pretty key. Got it nice and locked right on that shoulder. Sometimes a lot of those wrestlers like to bring that head to that ear and push that head out to the side. .25 to go in the period.
I mean, not much action from either wrestler. It seems like Rodriguez in on a shot now. He goes for a high crotch, pretty extended though. Reshot for Estrada, he's in on a leg, short time. The other leg of Rodriguez is out of the way and he's locked the head in the arm of Estrada. He's on the edge of the mat, short time left. I don't think he's gonna get it here. Wow, Rodriguez with some great defense on the edge of the mat.
Phenomenal little scramble. You know, he got caught on that high C in the single leg. Estrada didn't have his hands locked. They got to the edge. He pops his hip out. College kind of does that little split series, you know, with the leg out the back. Rodriguez had a nice little body lock around, no points. We move on scoreless to the second.
And so that's what Estrada struggled with after his first takedown in that semifinal match. And his coaches were stressing on him, you gotta be able to finish. So now quick escape for Rodriguez and he's up 1-0.
Again, Estrada's just got such a good, solid base. He stays very square to a wrestler.
There's a lot of pressure on these matches. People always forget this isn't just a normal finals match. You're in front of thousands of people. Everyone's watching you, and everyone's expecting you to perform.
And the format that we're in, you know, it's kind of hard once your name gets drawn, and 45, you got to go out first. You're normally in a duel doing your situation. As I say that, Estrada in on a double leg, switches to a Barzigar. Now he's got that front headlock underhook with a saddle ride.
He's got to pull it tight. That's the only way he's going to keep it, or else he's going to lose this move.
If he can get that knee in front, and he gets it. And we're getting a near fall count here on mat 1.
Rodriguez in trouble. It's not looking good.
He's got 3 in the bank. He's got the near fall.
Over.
There's the fall. And your state champion at 145 pounds.
As a sophomore, Miguel Estrada from Frontier High School.
What a way to start us off.
Wow.
He hit a beautiful high crotch, switched off, head cut on the inside, ran that Barzigar, switched off to the front headlock, saddle ride, threw him over. Gets the fall, and we have our state champion.
I didn't know if he was going to get that.
The power, strength, state square. What a match, folks. Wow.
All right, here we go. 152 pounds. We have Nico Ruiz out of St. John Bosco. He is taking on Sloan Swan. This is number 1 and number 2, Sloan Swan out of St. John Bosco. Or, excuse me, out of Buchanan. Excuse me, everyone, but we got number 1 and number 2. Nico Ruiz, I really noticed in his semifinal match, really good on top. Really dominant on top.
And when you're looking at the dominant programs over the last 5-6 years, You know, obviously Buchanan, I think they're at their 6th state title in a row.
Yeah.
St. John Bosco's had some phenomenal wrestlers. And Nico's no slouch.
Not at all.
You know, as a freshman, he took 3rd in the state here in 2020.
Unreal. I mean, do you remember what weight that was at?
He was at 132 pounds.
Oh, wow. That is not an easy weight for a freshman to place 3rd. But he's a very smart and technical wrestler, and the kids coming out of John Bosco are excellently trained. A short offense for both wrestlers here, kind of interesting position. Nico Ruiz looking for a little go behind.
Phenomenal job by Swan to control the elbow. He doesn't care about the wrist control down at the bottom. Right as I said that, phenomenal job by Ruiz. He breaks that lock on the elbow, gets a 2-point takedown, and takes a 2-0 lead.
I got to attribute that to his length. He's really turned his length into an advantage like a lot of long wrestlers, but he's created himself into a little monster here. And now I think he's looking to turn Sloan. Ball and chain here.
And again, this is a matchup of an earlier in the season. Ruiz beats Swan earlier in the year. You're looking for almost a little bit of a armbar tilt here, going wrong way. Steps in front, controls those hips. Swan had a barn burner of a semis, man. He was wrestling the Temecula Valley kid, went to overtime, went on a nice takedown at the end.
Ruiz had a dominant match. Pretty much took him down, got on top, and did his thing. I mean, this kid's no slouch. He's a junior, and he's already a Super 32 champ.
Yeah.
It's one of the biggest tournaments in the country, if you guys don't know, out in Greensboro, North Carolina.
You know, they're also up the coveted Doc B. You know, Swan took 4th. Ruiz was in the finals. Ruiz quickly up to his feet. Swan controlling the single leg, looking for that back ankle. Ooh. Steps in front. Ooh. Got a Merkle position here possible. If he can clear the leg.
Good kick right there. Ruiz putting himself up 2-0. Now Ruiz underhook, double to the edge of the mat, but we'll reset back to the center. Ruben Valencia, coach at St. John Bosco, not too excited about that call.
Yeah, we were double checking that. It should be 3-0.
For Ruiz, maybe about to be 5. Good defense from Sloan here, but I don't know if it's going to be enough. Oh, that ankle's right there for Ruiz.
Nico is very, very comfortable in the drop knee position. As I say, he gets a nice little cross by, slide by, immediately straight to that tight waist.
So 5-0 lead here for Ruiz, just under a minute left in the second. He's looking dominant.
And a quick stall call on Swan.
Yeah, I think that was a little rushed.
Little crossbody leg ride here by Ruiz.
Swan's got to be careful here because this is where guys on top start grabbing the wrist, start getting control, and they're able to turn you. We'll see what kind of defense the Buchanan wrestler's working with here. Oh.
Get a nice little stalemate, get a fresh start back in the center.
That's what he needed.
A 5-0 lead, 24 to go in the period.
Switch attempt by Swan. Unable to get away from the clutches of Ruiz. 15 seconds left here in the second. Swan looks like he's almost away.
If Swan can get out and get a quick one, it's going to help him obviously in the third, says Captain Obvious, right?
And he'll go, I mean, 5-0 lead going into the third. This is going to be tough for Swan. He's going to choose neutral, though. I think that's a smart choice here. Coach Tirapelli agrees. And, man, what Troy Tirapelli has done with that Buchanan program in the last 6-7 years is unreal.
You know, I mean, Fresno, obviously that hotbed, that Clovis region. Clovis. Going to see Clovis North, Buchanan, that Fresno area, just wonderful wrestling.
Saturated with wrestling up there.
They got those feeder schools coming in, and it's just great.
And we got a nice little scramble here by Swan. I thought Ruiz was just going to get that takedown.
Got to get a head up here, though. He's got to get his head elevated.
He's got to stand up.
Not a true Iranian position. Elevate that leg, but he's caught in a cradle. Caught him in a nice little cradle, getting some near fall. Gets the 2 takedown.
Trouble for
and again,
Swan here.
Both knees are in the cylinder.
Oh, and he gets away. It's because his Ruiz's leg was trapped in there.
Phenomenal job to catch that cradle and take it backside. Now that's on the opposite side of our advantage point, so couldn't see how he set up the claw. Referees at the head table trying to make sure that the clock's straight. Score is correct, 10-0. That's the stuff that you just get from that time. You know, being comfortable in that position, didn't panic. Swan's in a kind of an Iranian position. Saw the head, locked up the cradle, took it back over.
You're hitting the nail on the head. Nico Ruiz is the definition of do not panic. He is a very calm wrestler, does what he needs to do. And 54 seconds left, he's holding on onto a leg, still on top.
Switches his head to the outside now, trying to elevate it.
Ruiz trying to come underneath. A lot of pressure here by Swan, but Ruiz able to come up now, get Swan's head on the mat. Swan almost looking for the reversal, trying to get a leg in, but Ruiz able to hold on and keep ourselves in a scramble position. 30 seconds left here in the match.
That pressure, look at Nico's, as I said, he releases it. Man, Johnny come lately,
just incredible, just incredible.
Goes immediately, he's got that ankle trapped. Referee's looking at it, trying to get it free. That's a deep, tight waist here with 15 seconds left.
And Ruiz looks up at the clock for a moment, seeing the final seconds tick down.
And he's wrestling to the finish.
And he does it. Nico Ruiz, St. John Bosco, your state champion at 152 pounds. And a junior, so he's coming back.
Coach Valencia, another state champion. Congratulations, Nico.
Another state champ for St. John Bosco.
In the year, Gaitan got the best of him that time. Last week, Geyer gets the win in overtime.
We got a rubber match here in the state finals. Gaitan already holding the center, showing that he has control of this match.
And a quick stall call on Geyer.
Ooh, very quick stall call.
Coach Valdez wanted to have a discussion. Gaitan, he pushed the match there. He got him to the edge, got him to the boundary. Quick stall call on Geyer.
I mean, both these guys have such a resume of achievements, especially Gaitan from this year. Super 32 champ, Doc B champ, and that's not even it. He was ranked number 5 in the country going into last weekend, correct?
Yeah, well, he had got up to 4 with the loss, dropped to 5.
Slide by attempt by Gaitan, goes out of bounds. I would have given that the stalling call.
And he's very, very comfortable up there. Fargo champ in Greco last year.
Jeez, doesn't end.
Again, that crew of Temecula boys this year, they traveled the country, when we were shut down. Got to find mat time.
Gaitan just holding him at the edge of the mat.
Again, here's where the stall call was last time.
So now that's 3 times he's backed him out. And a shot here by Geyer, but not really committed on that one. Now another shot, high crotch. He comes out to a single. Gaitan fights it off.
Yeah, great defense. Reached down, grabbed that hand, picked it up, put the pants on, took the leg back. And now he's got decent head position. Geyer with a modified double underhook there.
And dangerous.
15 to go. High C attempt by Gaitan. Can't get his hands locked.
Doesn't quite have the penetration there. Good hips by Geyer. He goes in for another shot, but no penetration from him either. We're going to go scoreless into the second period.
Got some pretty good pedigree here in the corners as well, you know.
Oh,
I mean, Valdez, Chris McCarty, Aaron Childs, and you know, Lyndon Campbell, two-time state champ out of Santa Fe High School. Been coaching down there at Temecula for a very long time.
Very long time.
25 years.
So that's what, 1970 something?
He came in 97. Geyer quickly up to his feet. If you've never seen Gaitan wrestle, he's a very loose wrestler, very comfortable, kind of like Nico. Very relaxed when he's wrestling. Not afraid of any position.
And both these guys have already committed. Geyer's going to Rutgers, going to go out there in the Big Ten.
Jersey.
And Gaitan's staying local, going to the Big 12s with Cal Baptist.
Newly just joined Division I, or
first year Division
in
I.
Division I. That's great. That's what you'll notice about a lot of these semifinalists and finalists and even state placers. A lot of them get D1 commitments. A lot of coaches are looking for these California state placers. We're the biggest state with only one championship. And here, Geyer looking for a switch, but Gaitan has his arm trapped. Still scoreless. And Gaitan's still holding on to the arm. I'm surprised they don't stop it for potentially dangerous, but...
And he's still in control here. He's actually not in a terrible position. Geyer's trying to get that left hand free to lock it, and there's the one escape. We're neutral.
And a minute left here in the second. Geyer takes the lead.
Little half shot attempt.
Good way to keep the stalling calls away.
Now he's in on a underhook on the right-hand side.
Gaitan going upper body.
Again, Greco national champ. Very comfortable in this position.
And it's going to lead to Geyer backing up. I think we're going to look at a second stalling call here, but he's able to reposition himself with his butt to the center.
You know, that's such a judgment call by officials. You know, they're out here, they're doing their job. They're trying to call it fair.
10 seconds to go in the period. We're going to move to the third.
Only an escape on the board so far.
Now it's Gaitan's turn on bottom. 1-0 lead for Geyer.
Gaitan to a sit out. Oh, and Gaitan in on a reshot right when he got up to his feet. I thought he was going to get that.
Finally got the separation, so there's the 1 point escape. We're all knotted at one.
This is where they got to open up. They got to get each other moving.
Underhook by Geyer.
Minute 20.
It is so fun to be in here to have the girls on one side and the boys on one side. Sometimes when a match slows down, the other one picks up, and it's phenomenal.
It's nonstop action.
A minute to go in the period. Again, Geyer's been warned for stalling. It was very early on in the first.
We're coming down to the final minute. All tied. Gaitan in on a shot. Not able to get in, so.
Geyer stays so square. Shot attempt of his own. 40 to go.
Gaitan needs to get out of Geier's locks. He needs to get out into open space and get Geier moving. Because he is very strong, and he is just holding on and looking for a go behind his Geier. Down in on a single leg now, on the edge of the mat, so it's not looking good for him. Gaitan seems to be fighting it here.
He's got his hands locked with the whizzer.
Gaitan looking for a little high flyer on the edge of the mat, but Wolf out of bounds.
Little judo throw. 17 to go. We're still neutral. 1-1 tie. They've been 1-2 all year. Gaitan had the #1 ranking most of the year till last week. Geier was the 2. They went to overtime last week. And we're headed back again.
Here we go. We have overtime. First time tonight in the finals.
First points wins. Again, Geier's been warned for stalling. Any points going to go ahead and settle this match. It's got to be a pretty egregious, would you think, for him to get a stall call?
Oh, man.
I mean, he's controlled the center of the mat.
Yeah.
All first period. You saw it in the second. Both staying square to each other. Great head position.
Shot attempt by Gaitan. He's not able to get in.
Switches off to a single leg. He's got his legs locked. Picks it up. Almost in a cutback position. Gaitan steps over. Still no control. A little north-south.
We got 18 seconds left.
Geier doing a great job controlling that ankle. Gaitan looking to get that wrist. And now he's got a single leg. Split series, and we're out of bounds. What a phenomenal scramble.
How did he not get taken down there?
How did Gaitan not get the takedown? How did Geier not get the takedown? We're like top-notch wrestling. Big 10, Big 12, Southern Section studs, and we're going to the 32nd overtimes.
Okay, can we change it to college rules, please, just for tonight?
Coin flip won by Geier. He gets first choice in this. Again, you have to wrestle the entire 30 seconds.
30 seconds.
It's not sudden victory here. Gaitan will get his chance. Oh, gets into a nice little crab ride, deep tight waist. Geier quickly up to his feet. Gaitan with a saddle.
He has no stalling call, so it would be smart for him to hold on here. 15 seconds left, halfway through this sudden victory period.
First whistle went to a tight waist, into a double crab ride.
Yeah, I almost thought that could have been illegal. That was a little scary there for a moment. Don't want to give up a point there. Looks like he might do it again.
10 seconds left. Ooh. Nice redrop by Gaitan, straight into a tight waist, half. And a ride out by Gaitan. That is huge. Again, we're going to switch positions here. Gaitan's choice. He's going to go bottom. Again, we're wrestling the entire 30 seconds. A 1-1 tie. This is not sudden victory.
Leg in for Geier. Now, if he's able to ride out Gaitan, we'll go to one more ultimate ride out, and I think it'll be Geier's choice, won't it?
First point scored, yep. So potentially dangerous on the leg in on the standing position. Gaitan up to his feet. Geier with looking for a cradle. Up, and there's the stall call.
That's a point. That's a second stall call, so that ends up being a point.
They called it on Gaitan. They called it on Gaitan for standing up intentionally.
Oh.
So now they have they both have a stall call. 18 to go. Granby attempt. Can he get it? He gets the escape. 15 seconds left for Gaitan. He's got a 2-1 lead. 10 seconds to go. They both have a stall call.
5
Staying
seconds.
in the center of the mat. That's going to do it. Your champion in 160 pounds from Temecula Valley, MJ Gaitan.
What a match coming down.
What a phenomenal effort by Geier. A wonderful match.
And a rubber match gets decided.
Rubber match gets redemption. your champion again.
70 pounds, we got Cesar Garza, your number 1 seed out of Oakdale in the red ankle band. He's taking on number 2, Sergio Montoya out of Clovis North in the green.
San Joaquin section, central section.
Montoya kind of looked sluggish the first half of his semifinal match. Picked it up at the end, almost lost to the 5th seed.
And again, Garza's ran the gauntlet too, man. In December, he was out in Reno, TOC. Then went to the Doc B. And then Temecula's battle for the belt. I mean, that's the gauntlet of wrestling for sure in the state of California.
And returning California state placer, 7th place 2 years ago, and then last year took first at the state finals that they held. He's committed to Michigan State. He's going to be a Spartan.
They wrestled at the Doc B in the 3rd and 4th place match. Garza coming out victorious on that one. Garza, way back in 2020.
That just seems so long ago, man.
Doesn't it?
So long ago. He took 7th here at California, 145s. Gives a little bit of a shimmy. And then last year in that modified state tournament, he was the state champ. Cesar Garza's, again, you're going to see a theme here. A lot of these guys in these middleweights, middle to upper weights, they stay so square.
Yeah, and it makes it very hard to create any offense with them. And Montoya's no joke. He's an NHSCA sophomore national champ.
He's
out in Virginia Beach.
He went out there sophomore, well, last year, the COVID year. Took it, 160 pounds.
And we're scoreless going in the 2nd period. Garza will get choice. He'll choose the bottom position.
You know, you had Montoya's semis match. I had Garza's. Garza had a dominant win over Sandoval, 9-1 from Vacaville. And these hammers, man, they just, steel sharpens steel for sure.
Absolutely.
Nice little reed drop lift there by Montoya.
And Montoya's semifinal match against McCowan from Palm Desert against the 5th seed. He was down for a while. He only won 9-6. McCowan went up on him at the beginning of the match, and Montoya was able to battle back. Now he lets Garza go. First point in the match.
It's so fun to see these former California state place winners and state champs come back and coach. I look over at Steve Strange.
Oh, yeah.
I still think he holds the win record here in California, if I'm not mistaken.
I think you're right.
I'll have to talk to Tom Zach about that one. But, and Danny Salas over at Clovis North helping out, doing their things.
He was at Fresno State while they had their program. Was trying to find his way. Great wrestler. He was a California state champion, I believe.
Yeah.
St. John Bosco.
Yep. We definitely don't do this sport for the money. We do it because we love it.
There's money in this sport?
Well, when you get to the Olympic in the end, when you're on the ladder and you're on the USA team, yeah, for sure.
Oh, yeah.
Well, I don't know. We got these new rules in college.
NIL rules?
What's AJ Ferrara making? Making a decent little bit of money doing the thing.
A fun little fact, they added up all the NIL deals to see who had the biggest one, and even the most successful quarterback in college did not make as much money as Gable Stevenson out of Michigan. That man.
Minnesota.
Oh my God, Michigan. What am I saying? Don't listen to that.
Parrish might
Mason Parrish
might enjoy that for sure.
out of Michigan.
Go Blue.
Gable Stevenson has the largest NIL contract out of any other college athlete with his WWE deal. It's just incredible. Still, not really any action on our feet, just a lot of feeling each other out.
Well, it's not. Montoya doing a great job staying square. Obviously, Garza gets the escape. We're going to head to the 3rd. Oh, a little bit of action here at the period.
Someone's going to look to steal the period here possibly, but on the edge of the mat, not going to happen.
You got a phenomenal ref here. Randy Hartman, he's done the NCAAs.
He's done the heavyweight finals for I don't know how many years in a row for the NCAAs.
So many. That's going to do it. We're going to go to the 3rd. Montoya wasted no time, said, I'm taking the down position.
If everyone could just do me a favor, forget that I said Gable Stevenson was from Michigan.
I won't.
We just need to scratch that from the record officially. Caution on Montoya.
You know, he wears that gold pretty well, if you know what I mean.
Yeah, not too bad.
Yeah, not too bad whatsoever.
Good ride here by Garza. Montoya needs to get moving. I think we're gonna.
There's a nice little knee slide. I mean, Garza had the position with the tight waist. Montoya reshifted, knee slide up, got his hips underneath him, and now he's going on a little bit of the attack. 1-1 tie.
I think we're gonna open her. We got some blood here on Montoya.
We're gonna turn the mics off as they get close.
What doesn't matter? Whatever you want.
Big thanks to NFHS for allowing us to be here, the best seats in the house.
Oh yeah, that's the only reason we're here. Only reason we're here, NFHS. Thank you to them. Thank you for FloWrestling, Flow Arena, running the tournament. We are so blessed to have the kind of coverage we have nowadays with FloWrestling, Track Wrestling, NFHS, Big Ten Network, ESPN. Just doesn't get any better than that.
You know, it's amazing on how we can get these streams out to people live, sitting at home. You know, we got the email from Grandma saying, hey, I can't look forward to seeing my grandson wrestling. I'm halfway across the country. I can't come out.
Grandma deserves to watch her grandson wrestle across the country.
And I'll leave that wrestler's name anonymous. But oh, nice little. Oh, you got the stall call. I thought Garza would circle around there, lifted that leg.
Wow.
Hartman says you were fleeing that hold. You get the stall call. A quick little peek to the clock by Montoya. Sees that he's got a minute left. Knows it's a 1-1 tie.
I mean, the smart move here is to score in the last 10 seconds, so there's no time left, but can't always plan that out. Garza's going to be tough to take down.
You know, that's something that's taught by a lot of these coaches. You have to have match awareness. You got to know what score is. You got to know what the clock says. We're down to 40 seconds. Coach Strange is talking to Garza saying only good shots. Stay square. Opportunity opens, take that shot.
30 seconds left. And a shot here by Garza in on a single leg, stalling on Montoya too. Garza's coming up. Montoya's locking.
It's a phenomenal job. And he's got that arm trap. That's a phenomenal job by Montoya.
12 seconds left. I don't know if Garza can do it. Montoya's going to be trying to jump to one side. Garza's almost standing up here. 5 seconds.
That's a great shot. Great shot of that arm trap. If you're in that Iranian defense, that guy's in on underneath, heads up, trap that arm. Phenomenal technique by Montoya.
Yes. Take notes, guys. Take notes.
We're going to overtime. 1-1.
Garza 1, Montoya 2.
Both wrestlers have been warned for stalling. Garza now circles at that boundary. Garza close to a choke there. I mean, nothing flagrant whatsoever, but just had that forearm across the chest.
Under 30 seconds now. These kids got to open up on their feet. I don't like leaving it to the rideouts, personally.
Well, and they're thinking the opposite. They're thinking, hey, I mean, I only want to take good shots. You heard Coach Strange talk about it. Only good shots. Garza takes a peek at the clock, sees he's got 3 seconds left, and we're going to go to the 30 seconds. Period number 5. Here we go.
This is our second overtime match, isn't it? Second or third. So Montoya gets the first choice. He'll choose the bottom position. Once again, they have to wrestle through the entire 30 seconds for both periods.
Garza quickly to a spiral ride. He's got the knee in front, At least the front knee in front. Deep crab ride. Switches off to the elbow. Back to that crab ride. Granby attempt.
He's got to keep moving. 15 seconds left.
Looking for a big redrop here towards the boundary. 7 seconds left. And a big lift by Garza.
Ooh! Stop with 5 seconds to go. Maybe a little premature, but...
I don't know. I disagree with you there. I hate to. Both feet were out of bounds by both wrestlers supporting points. The redrop, bring him back fresh. 5 seconds to go.
And dropping out of that ankle, smartest thing you could do. Garza with the ride out.
And now he immediately says, I'm going down. Again, Garza with the ride out. Just like last match.
Yep.
1-1 tie. Again, we're wrestling the whole 30 seconds. Garza quickly into a tripod.
And he's up to his feet. Montoya needs a takedown here. We got 24 seconds.
Garza with the escape, 2-1.
Garza does have a stalling point, though, or a stalling call on him.
So does Montoya.
10 seconds.
It's got to be pretty egregious here to get that call. There's a nice shot by Montoya.
Under 5 seconds.
Another shot. A third double
Oh,
leg.
and he's in. Garza stops him, and Cesar Garza from Oakdale is your state champion.
What a phenomenal match. Back to back.
Oh,
And he's doing the gritty.
Let him celebrate. Well done to the Oakdale senior.
He was not trying to show up Montoya whatsoever. His own little personal celebration with his coach. Montoya knew that, shook his hand. Again, two-time California state place winner. Back in 2020, took second. He was a finalist. When he was a sophomore, took fourth.
He has been so solid throughout his high school career.
Montero took eighth back in 2020 at 152 pounds.
As a freshman.
Yeah, up a couple weight classes, 182.
He's part of that Montero family. His brother wrestled, or his father, excuse me, wrestled in Paso Robles, but his uncle wrestled for Cal State Bakersfield, was an All-American, Mitch Montero.
And Martin beat him earlier in the year at the Zinkin. Actually, pinned him late in the third.
Both these guys, Division I commits. Stanford for Ty Montero. Wow, that's a great school. Northwestern as well for Joseph Martin.
Interesting. Northwestern, Stanford.
It's like these kids are smart or something. And Montero almost having a quick go behind, but Martin's not going to let that happen.
Martin had a very interesting semifinals match. Ty Montero, he got here.
He had a really tough semifinal match.
Now we're in a little scramble position. Overhook / whizzer.
Martin's in a good position,
high
but
hips here going to win it. And he scrambles out with 10 seconds to go. Nice little duck. That's more of a defensive duck than an offensive duck.
Definitely.
You saw Martin on that angle. He saw he needed a knee slide, get his hips underneath him, hits a little bit of duck, clears that elbow. No takedown.
Yeah, crazy. Scoreless going into the second. Martin will have choice. He'll choose the bottom position. Coached by Troy Terrapelli, former California 3-time state champion out of Clovis High School. Ooh, and Montero looking for a quick tilt on Martin, doesn't get it.
And interesting, he kind of took it wrong way and then came back suicide.
Yeah. Needs to be looking to lock up a cradle here.
Montero's really, really, really good on top with his tight waists. Almost in that Varner camp of the tight waist half. But Martin doing a great job clearing the hips. And he gets that 2 points.
Now Martin's pretty tough on top. strong leg rider, relentless. But I spoke to Montero's coaches. They said they've been preparing specifically for this Martin match.
Well, Martin rides extremely high on the hips. He almost like rides on top like a horse, and he uses his knees and he pinches, waits for those guys to clear those hips, to sink those legs. Currently working on the far side wrist and a half. Switches off to a claw. And again, as you see it, you see Martin climb those hips. He likes to ride high. He settles it back with the leg ride if he gets in bad position, and we get the stalemate.
Yes, stalemate. Good for Montero. He gets a little reset.
Unbelievably similar body types.
Yes. Very strong.
Martin stinks in the leg in the tripod position. Montero doing a great job on the...
Staying on his feet. He should get that stall call soon if he could stay up there.
There's a couple attempts there. Now he's off that feet. Takes out of the tripod, and there's your stall call.
Good of Montero to bait that like that. Very smart.
Now we're kind of in a Merkel position from the standing.
Smart. That was smart to let it go.
He let it go because he didn't want to get the second stall call.
Yeah.
That's going to cost him a point. Give up the point anyways on the escape. Go 2-1.
Still up by 1, yeah. Now Montero's choice. He'll choose the bottom position. He's being coached by his father, Matt Montero, and by Adam Fierro, former Bakersfield wrestler and Cal State Bakersfield wrestler, former teammate of mine. As Martin starts on top, gets that leg right in on Montero, but Montero's doing a good job just getting to his feet and staying there.
Not a shameless plug whatsoever. Well warranted. Well warranted.
And again, Martin back up. He's high again. He loves that position. He's got his legs in.
Oh!
Now he's got that half. He's got both boots in. Referee right there to make sure that that's legal. Great job by Montero to get that elbow down.
It's going to be tough here for Montero. He's got to build his base, get out from the legs of Martin. And that's the only way he's going to tie this thing up. We got a stalemate here. Good call for Montero.
$117 to go. Got a 2-1 lead from Martin.
A little bit of a false start for Martin. Come on.
Hey, officials are human. He probably missed that, obviously. A little rolling start for Martin.
A minute left. Montero still down by 1. Strong legs.
It's almost a figure 4, but it's not. He's got that leg trapped across the body. Montero popping his hips out. And he gets the escape to tie it up. 45 to go. Again, the stall call is on Martin.
40 seconds left.
Can we go to a third straight overtime?
I don't know. Is that lucky or unlucky?
25 to go. Both wrestlers. Gas tanks, not empty, but
I feel like we're going to get a shot from space here. 17 seconds left.
Oh! Phenomenal job by Martin! And there's the 2 with 10 seconds. Montero level changed. At the same time, Martin gets the takedown. They're in a gator roll, and you're going to do it. Your champion, 182 pounds, Joseph Martin of Buchanan.
Joseph Martin, state champion. His senior year.
We jinxed it on the overtime, but it was a great job by Martin. Montero level changed to take his shot. At
we go at 195 pounds. Cody Merrill out of Gilroy High School in the green ankle band. He's taken on Sonny Kling, sophomore out of Palm Desert High School. Both of these wrestlers are actually sophomores. And a nice shot by Cody.
And Cody doing a great job keeping that head pressure on the knee.
And great defense by Kling.
That split series is taught by Montanonas. His coach, Anthony Montanona, got a good pedigree.
You're going to see both these boys here later on.
Ooh, nice reshot by Cody Merrill. Nice roll-through attempt by Kling. Hey, we're getting a feature matchup at 195 pounds, ladies and gentlemen. Merrill trying to circle behind here. Tough lock by Kling. Just clinging on. Sorry for everyone at home. And now Kling up to his feet. He's still got that high crotch locked. Great defense.
Palm Desert is an up-and-coming, I mean, they've been around for years for sure, but this class, you're going to see Peanut Herrera at heavyweight. You got the Montanona brothers, four in the finals.
They've had tough wrestlers for years, but this is the first time they've had a group of tough wrestlers all together that started young and are going to graduate together. And, I mean, they're all top-level competitors at the state level and some of them at the national level.
Inside tie, little high C attempt by Merrill.
Oh, nice. Snap down, go behind.
Kling never stops. Has he got the cradle? I can't see it. Is it locked up?
I think it is. It's on the opposite side, though. He needs the head in the side.
He's got the, no cradle here, but he does get the takedown. That's what's tough from the broadcasting spot. You know, we can't see that far side. We assumed that was the cradle. But now, moot point. He's in a spiral ride, got a deep claw.
Kling looking up at the clock. Doesn't have enough time to get away. So we'll go into the second period. 2-0 lead for Merrill out of Gilroy. And he's got quite a pedigree in his corner with Daniel Cormier, NCAA champion, U.S. Olympian.
So Coach Montanona was asking the official to confer with the other official. Thought there was a headgear grab. Officials conferred, no headgear grab. Yeah.
That would have been the second one today.
We got some good pedigree coming down here, right? I mean.
And he did something else, like in a cage or something. I can't remember what it was.
Are you talking about DC?
Yeah, he's wearing like 2 belts or something.
Yeah, something along those lines in that MMA status.
Not too bad, and a UFC commentator at that.
And his wrestler, Merrill, quickly up to his feet, looking to turn and face, gets the 1-point escape, and extends his lead.
Merrill just on the offense. I love it.
A little headbutt here. Not intentional. Sonny Kling's like, let's just go to war.
He's ready for it. I love it. Sophomores at 195 pounds, they're dominating the state meet. I mean, Merrill has a list of accomplishments. 16U Nationals Greco Freestyle, 1st and 2nd. UWW Cadet Freestyle and Greco, 4th and 3rd. Preseason Nationals champion. And he won the state finals last year as well.
Now the irony is Merrill he's gained some weight on the good status. Now he's down here on a single leg, looking to step behind. Little wizard tilt here. Nice defense by Merrill.
Yeah, Merrill keeping his weight back, able to secure that takedown. He goes up now 5-0. Looking dominant here in the state finals is Merrill. 30 seconds left here in the second.
He's got a 5-0 lead. Working crossbody here. He's got a nice little wrist and a half on the near side. Wants to stay away from the parallel ride. Rolls that wrist. 4 to go in the period. Sonny Kling's choice here in the third.
He'll choose the bottom position. Kling has a funky style. He kind of reaches back a little bit, but it doesn't seem like it's in a bad way. Look, he puts himself in good position here, almost.
You know, I see him a lot being down in Southern California and seeing all those tournaments. He's dominated, most of that Southern California region for sure, but he's got zero quit whatsoever. He stays in position. He's a scrambler. He's got that little bit of a funk.
And honestly, both these wrestlers haven't lost this year. Merrill with a 36-0 record and Kling with 30-0 record. So
unfortunately, one's going to come to an end.
Yeah. Could be a minute 18 away as well. Tough riding here by Merrill.
So Kling's got an over the knee. He reaches back over the knee, and then he comes underneath and he locks his hands, and he hits a little bit of a roll sometimes. Obviously, Cody Merrill's seen that before.
Yeah.
Well coached, well scouted, especially now with everything on video.
Yep.
Look at that cross ride. He's got an Iowa, and he's got a bar half.
Oh, and he could just sit there all day.
And Coach Montanona's like, you got to use that, man. But he's working. He's switching off. Again, bar half. He'll come back to the tight waist.
Tough leg ride in as well.
30 seconds to go. Now he's got a deep half, trying to sink in. Official in good position.
Ooh, he's got the shoulder of Kling.
He's got to get that chest on the other side of that. Drops his knee, drops his chest, and no near fall. He didn't have an anchor. He didn't have a wrist. He didn't have a waist or a tight waist.
And 15 seconds left here. Cody Merrill's looking to become a state champ if he can ride this one out.
Last year in the modified, he was a state champ at 182 pounds. And now here in 2022, your champion at 195 pounds, Cody Merrill of Gilroy.
I feel like we're going to see a lot more of these two in the future, both sophomores. Cody Merrill, a sportsman. And he wins himself a state title.
That brings us
Apparently he got pinned, and then they had to take it back because there was a headgear pull. And the refs discussed it and made sure they made the right decision. And then he went on to win that match, so.
The crowd can have whatever they want.
Yep.
And that's what you're going to hear. They're not very happy about him being in the finals, but the fact of the matter is he's in the finals. His opponent, Paul Sharp, both central section.
And this is another 1-2 matchup. It does not get better than this. Oh, and just so Caden Rogers, Fresno State commit for football, and you could see there why. That was a straight tackle out of bounds. The man's got power.
Stephen Neal's in the building. That's a pretty good little blast.
That's a pretty good little. He's probably talking about that one. If you guys don't know who Stephen Neal is, former San Diego wrestler, took 4th in the state of California, then went over to Cal State Bakersfield, 4-time All-American. 2-time national champion, beating Brock Lesnar in the finals. Was also a world champion and most outstanding wrestler at the World Championships in '99. And then he goes on, plays for the Patriots, and wins 3 Super Bowls.
And now he's coaching down in San Diego.
At Poway High School.
Powerhouse Poway. Took second in this state tournament this year.
They looked really good this year. They were right in front of Buchanan after day 1.
Yeah, they didn't have a finalist, though.
Struggled at a few weights. Bob's in at, I think it was 138s, and Tolentino at 145s.
Yeah, that was a pretty big upset for Tolentino.
Yeah. I think he still ended up taking 3rd, but tough day for Poway, no finalists.
Sharp and Rogers have wrestled before. Rogers beat him 3-1 at the Doc B. Almost his backyard tournament,
Yeah.
I mean, what, a mile and a half? Clovis and Buchanan?
Yeah. They're right there, neck and neck. That dual meet, they did that dual meet on the football field this year.
Yeah, they sure did. And these high schools are just a couple miles apart as well.
Yeah. A lot of rivalry here between the Clovis schools. We'll go scoreless in the second period. Choice for Rogers. He'll choose the bottom position.
Rogers has beaten him 3 times this year.
That's impressive. That's not easy to do.
Well, when you're division, league, CIF,
Oh, yeah.
section, there's the escape.
Oh, a nice shot by Rogers in on a single leg. Good defense here by Sharp. Rogers coming up to his feet. Sharp, though, breaks the lock, and Rogers in on another shot on the edge of the mat. I don't know if he can pull Sharp in, and he kind of does, keeps his toes in, and they give him the takedown. Clovis North might be arguing that call, but we'll see.
Hey, it's a phenomenal technique there by Rogers. He had the single leg, he put his head directly on the knee, got that pressure, waited for Sharp to step in, steps out, drops to the hip, covers it up, gets the 2 takedown. Extends his lead to 3-0.
Sharp with that bar, Rogers. He's gonna put Sharp on his back. Sharp's gonna roll him through. He's gonna put Rogers almost in danger.
He's got a leg Turk. He's got a leg Turk looking for some near fall. He hits a phenomenal roll. Hook that elbow, hits the roll, gets the reversal.
Puts himself down by 2, no near fall, but got pretty close there.
Down by 1.
Rogers trying to build up. Good leg right here by Sharp. And Rogers really not doing much on the bottom. Keeping his head on the mat. It's going to get him a stalling call if he keeps doing that.
Sometimes when you're in that top position, you get that roll. I mean, these are some big boys. A stalemate call, and the crowd loves it.
They go wild. It's an electric atmosphere here at Mechanics Bank Arena. And Sharp pulls the
crab ride. Gets getting near fall. No, only a 1 count.
1 swipe, and Coach Holschlag out of Clovis North is not happy with that. 20 seconds left.
He pulled him straight back in a double underhook suck back, switched off to the half. And he bit him. Did he bite him?
Caden Rogers is not.
The officials got to get a handle on this.
And he's kind of arguing it. I don't think that's a great point, but I don't know.
That's going to be no call. They're going to say it was a crossface.
Wow. 3-2 lead for Rogers. He's still on the bottom, 14 seconds left here in the second. This is a wild match.
You know, you got history. This is the 4th time they're wrestling this year.
Stalling.
There's the stall call on Rogers.
4 seconds. And Sharp with the ride out. And Sharp will get choice.
Just fireworks after fireworks, man.
Exciting match.
2 phenomenal athletes. A little bit of little bit of discussion, rivalry. Is he going to put him on his feet?
Oh yeah,
he is. Ties it up, 3-3.
And we'll see. Sharp hasn't been able to get an offense going on his feet. So we'll see if he can do something now. He's got to move Rogers. Rogers is strong and just standing right in front of him.
Again, like we said before, he's a Fresno State football commit.
I mean, Sharp's going to work for that stall call here.
He's already been warned once. Switches to an underhook. The crowd is all over.
They are getting into this one.
Excitement. Excitement. Welcome back, California. A minute to go in the third. We're all tied up at 3.
Both wrestlers really just hand fighting here, trying to find the opportune moment to get in on a shot. Jerry Abbas used to call it the kill shot. This is your moment.
His was a little bit of a single leg, though. You
Definitely.
know, not very high up on that single, little low single there. Sharp doing a great job controlling the chest with his forearm. Now Rogers is at the border, circling back in, doesn't want to get that stall call.
Under 30 seconds. And Sharp, Rogers in on a shot. He brings it up on the edge of the mat. Sharp able to get the leg out of the way. 15 seconds left. We're still tied up.
That is such a phenomenal defense by Sharp. Rogers in on a single leg, a little sweep single. He shelved it. He had his ankle up on his shoulder.
Dead to rights.
And Sharp got out of it.
We got 10 seconds left. We might get another overtime match here.
What an exciting finals. I mean, I know I'm biased because, you know, we missed last year so much.
It's so good
We're
to be back.
Great credit to both these young men. A 3-3 tie as we head to overtime.
Rogers leading the series, 3-0.
Rogers has taken the last 2 shots. Sharp really hasn't got any offense going. He's got some good defense, though.
Definitely. Strong defense. And a shot by Rogers. He comes up, upper body, under over. He
Inside
goes for
trip.
an inside trip.
And he's going to get it.
Sharp takes it down. He wins the match. He beats him for the first time and wins a California State title. Wow.
Well, he's now 3-1.
3-1.
Paul Sharp.
Holy
It was a great inside trip attempt by Rogers. Didn't square the hips, and he gets the win, and the crowd says his partner, well, in this case, his opponent.
Sam Hinojosa out of Stagg High School in San Joaquin section. He had a tough semifinal matchup where he won in overtime. Ooh, watch that arm. You know, Hinojosa, he's got athleticism as well. These are 2 big boys that can move on their feet. And in on a single leg is Herrera, and he takes down Hinojosa for the first points in the match. Oh, and a tilt by Herrera.
Did he get the near fall, though?
I think it was just a 1 count.
Yeah.
How often do you see a heavyweight make a tilt? Do a tilt.
We've seen a few over the years, for sure. I mean,
Cable Stevenson, I've seen him do some tilts. Out of Minnesota.
You know, we had those brothers out of Clovis, those heavyweights. You know, those 3-time and 4-time state champs.
Never heard of them.
Yeah,
no, I
yeah,
don't think
yeah.
so. The Neville's family.
They could tilt for sure.
The Neville's family had quite a dynasty in California.
You're not lying.
And here's a bar for
And
Herrera.
there's
He's looking to
Herrera.
put this one away. It's not looking good for Hinojosa.
Herrera running that bar, sinks it.
Oh, and he runs it again.
Now
even
he's got
tighter.
the near wrist, putting that knee right in that face, looking to get the fall. And there it is! Your champion at 285 pounds out of Palm Desert, Daniel Peanut Herrera.
And ladies and gentlemen, he is a sophomore. The Palm Desert team is dangerous, and they're coming. They're here. And they're not messing around.
What an exciting heavyweight match.
Ramirez, a freshman, the 6th seed. Ramirez in the green ankle band, Quintero in the red.
Freshman, sophomore.
And I watched Quintero in his semifinal match and just looked dominant. Very strong, very tough match. He wrestled the Gilroy freshman as well, who was ranked #1 in the state, Isaiah Cortez.
When he beat Cortez in the semis, is that what you're saying? Yeah.
Great match. Ramirez looking for a shot. Quintero running him out off the mat. It's always refreshing seeing the little guys after the big boys. Nice shot here by Quintero. He's trying to get the far leg of Ramirez. Ramirez doing a good job in defense here, but once Quintero wraps that leg up with his own leg, that's 2 takedown. Good call by the official.
And again, another matchup of last week down in the southern section. You know, Quintero, he was the section champion. It's always good to see your finalist opponent, you know, in your section and then coming up at the state tournament.
Definitely.
the
So
next week.
Michael Cho mentioned today, I saw it on the California Wrestling Facebook, how Southern Section had the most placers.
They had 39.
Yes. And the
39
closest section after that
was the Central, and they had 31.
And then after that, actually, San Diego section coming in strong at number 3.
Oh,
and
great
Quintero
job by Quintero. He's getting a count. And he's within this cylinder.
Trouble for Ramirez at the edge of the mat. 10
seconds to go.
He's on his back. Quintero trying to finish this up, but with 4 seconds left, I'm not sure he can do it.
Phenomenal bridge by Ronnie. There's a 3 near fall. Wow. For you non-Californians watching, it's always good to see Steve Lawson in a suit and tie.
Always.
Always good to see Steve Lawson. Coach Lawson,
El Dorado High School.
Cal State Bakersfield alumni.
there's the potentially dangerous for the first time. The next one's going to cost him a stall. Sets those legs in the up position. Still in control, not neutral, but standing on the feet.
Ooh, I saw Quintero jump, but caution on Ramirez.
Great job by the official to tell him what he did wrong. Went over to Ramirez, whatever he told him, and there's the escape for Quintero.
The officials here at the state tournament are by far the best we see all season. They're on their A game, and it's like we're being officiated with a bunch of college officials, which I think makes it very helpful. Now Quintero with a 6-0 lead. Shot attempt by Quintero.
Ramirez did this last week. He kind of switches to a drop knee stance. Quintero obviously worked on it over the week. He dropped to his own little drop knee stance.
Ooh, a nice little snag attempt.
As I say that, Coach Lawson's yelling, getting a regular stance, no drop knee. You know, when you wrestle these kids week after week, you kind of understand. The kids know each other.
That's what makes some tight matches, but man, Quintero able to come out 6-0 lead in dominant fashion, in on a shot here. Looking for a dump possibly. Oh, he's coming out the back. Holding on is Ramirez or the Wizard, but he's not going to be able to do it.
That's great position, though. He had the near side knee. Far side hand was all the way across, almost like on a knee pick from behind.
See a lot of wrestlers miss out on the opportunity there by going straight to the hip, and the wrestler's able to escape. Oh, man,
The technique of these wrestlers.
It's amazing.
I mean, there's a reason why they're in the state finals for sure.
yeah.
And arguably the toughest state tournament in our nation.
Totally agree.
You know, one division. You got to get through all these schools. It's the hardest route by any state to get to the state finals.
And he's not lying about that, folks. Any of you guys listen out in Jersey or Pennsylvania, don't even think about it. We got it tougher here. I mean, Pennsylvania wrestling's pretty good, but
We're not knocking the wrestlers whatsoever. Just saying the path to the state finals is
it's
so
insane. There's 990 schools represented at this tournament, and one division, one champion per weight class.
Quintero doing a great job controlling the elbow here. Ramirez is a little too deep. He's got to get that hand back on that chin. Quintero holds that elbow. You're not going anywhere. We get the stalemate, and let's go back neutral. 1:25 to go. 8-0 lead for Quintero.
Ramirez uses length a little bit more, I feel like he could have a better chance. Fake that single leg right there, and then he can come over the top, go behind.
And that's something that's going to come with a mat time. You know, only being a freshman in the state finals. And Quintero's only a sophomore as well. So, I mean, both these guys young underclassmen. Quintero's match against Cortez from Gilroy in the semis was a barn burner.
Yes.
It was great. I mean, you were on the Ramirez-Medina's match, but there's another stalemate call. That's going to be a second caution.
So now major decision criteria for Quintero. Second caution, right? If he can hold for 30 seconds, he gets in on another shot, comes around to take down. 10-0 lead, 26 seconds left.
And we've said it all match. That head on that knee, he was a little bit higher up on that thigh, but you create that pressure. You use that pressure pivot point, gets the takedown, extends his lead 10-0. You got 15 seconds left in the match. A dominant performance here.
I'm impressed with Quintero. Everything he's done has been dominant here in this match. And a great semifinals match to put
Gives
himself
up the
here.
escape right at the end, circles around, wants to be on his feet for his championship. Your champion at 106 pounds from El Dorado High School, Isaiah Quintero. Two California boys, Wick and Bernie Truax.
Bernie Truax, San Diego native, doing some work out there. And now Joey Cruz looking for his first state title. Second and third in his career, and took first at the state finals tournament they held last year. Short offense here for Cruz. Good elbow control for Mendez.
Mendez, that's a great defense. Like, again, we've said it all night long. They've wrestled each other before. They're familiar with their styles. Great defense by Mendez.
And I'm always impressed with Joey Cruz. He came in as a high school freshman. He was a little man. Just right off the bat. And look at him just moving in and out, in and out. And he's met with great pace from Mendez, too. Joey Cruz at the go-behind, gets the two, edge of the mat, mat return.
Wow. The strength of that move is so underrated. Had his hand, snapped him down. Mendez hit the floor, go behind, 2 points. Joey Cruz reminds me so much of Jordan Oliver.
Oh, yeah.
You know, I mean, Easton kid, going to a different Oklahoma, but
yeah. We'll see if it's the right or the wrong Oklahoma.
He's got the hair, he's got the ink on the skin. He gives up the escape. Mendez cuts a lead in half, 2-1.
Ooh, with 20 seconds left. Not smart to let him go there. And Mendez doing a great job tying up Cruz, but Cruz underhook to a double leg, keeps the head on the inside, comes out to a single. Tries slide by for a quick go behind, doesn't get it. And man, they're looking good. Let's go second period, 2-1 lead for Cruz. Choice for Mendez. He'll choose the bottom position here.
You know, Joey Cruz is a freshman, comes into this tournament, and he takes third. And then, you know, in 2020, he's a sophomore. He's in the finals, and he takes second. And then last year, you know, didn't get to come up here to Bakersfield. We had that little modified state tournament. He was the state champ. Now he's looking for his true state champion here out of California. Dominic Mendez, give him a run for his money. And we're all tied at 2.
Nice shot here by Mendez. He gets on a single leg. Tough whizzer by Cruz. Oh, and Cruz looking for the go-behind from that. And if he can pull him down, he'll get the 2, and he does right on the edge of the mat, but his toes weren't in. So a technical violation, fleeing the mat for Mendez. 1 point for Cruz, so he doesn't go scoreless on that.
No. They gave him the takedown.
They did?
All right, so we're getting the official call here from the official. No takedown, but he gave him the flea.
Okay.
You were correct.
It was a little confusing. He gave the 2, but then he took it away.
And the score clock still had the 2 takedown.
With 31 wins, no losses, Anaya Falcon.
It was 2-2, should be 3-2 Cruz.
Good movement here.
The official said he didn't control the hips. He had the ankles. He did fall down to the hips, but didn't come up and secure the hips. That's why they waved off the takedown, but he gave him the fling, the stall call.
I assumed it was his toes. He didn't fully keep his toes in, but I could be wrong. Nice shot by Mendez, reshot by Cruz. Cruz looking for a cradle, doesn't have it locked up.
He's got the head. Switches to a front headlock, goes the wrong way. Again, great job by Mendez to control that elbow. We saw the snap down here last time. Mendez at the edge of the boundary.
He's just holding on to the elbows of Cruz. That's good defense there. Someone's got a front head on you. You got to control an elbow. Good movement here by Mendez. 30 seconds left here in the second. Ooh.
That takedown late in that, that escape late in the first period. Looming large.
Yeah. Puts Mendez in a really good spot. But Cruz relentless right now with the hand fighting. Gave his elbow up though to Mendez. Is going to get him stuck there. 7 seconds left.
Talking to Coach Salas at Clovis Note earlier before the match, he says that Joey Cruz, his power reminds him so much.
So Cruz chooses down. Mendez lets him go, and we're a 4-2 lead for Joey Cruz with 2 minutes left here in the match.
I was saying he reminded him so much of Aaron Pico. Pico here, his freshman year, has that pure snap down ability. Wrestled for St. John Bosco.
Heavy hands.
Cruz, a nice little change of direction by Cruz. He's got his hands locked.
Oh, and scrambling from Mendez. He's in an interesting position. Cruz circling behind, gets a takedown, 6-2.
Just so fast.
Extending his lead. Cruz gonna cut him. Clovis North looking for their second state champion tonight. Here with a minute left in the third, Mendez goes for a shot, reshot, almost attempt by
that
Cruz.
sharp match was amazing. If you're watching this feed, when it's archived, go back and watch
Please.
that. Go watch that sharp match.
Yeah, all the archives will be on FloWrestling, so go check those out. .45 seconds left. 3-point lead for Cruz. Good movement by Mendez. Getting Cruz to step. 30 seconds left. .20 seconds, Cruz in another shot. Single leg, tough defense here by Mendez. But it looks like Cruz could ride this one out for the win.
That ankle whizzer is just been taught by every coach now. In a whizzer, grab your own ankle.
Oh!
Cruz puts the pressure on the knee.
And he comes through.
Looking
puts him
for
in
back
danger. 8-3 win. And Joey Cruz is your state champion at 113 pounds. He finally does it. Wow, what a match.
A 3-time semifinalist, a 2-time finalist.
And now, state champion.
Here we go, 120 pounds. Ethan Perryman, senior from Temecula Valley, quickly in on a shot. Gets the 2 takedown.
Got started quick. Who's he wrestling?
Murillo, of Canyon Springs.
Richard Murillo, sophomore out of Canyon Springs.
Very familiar with each other, both in the southern section. Perriman has beaten him before. Murillo with one of the great semi-match. Go back and watch that on the archives.
Now he's got a Russian tie on Perriman.
Murillo coached by Jason Lowe, longtime Canyon Springs coach. Perriman, coached by Arnold Alpert. A tandem. You know, Alpert and Campbell, just such a solid coaching crew down in Southern Section.
Oh, yeah. They've been a force down there for a while.
37 CIF titles. They hold the national record for league titles.
What?
They're 35 years consecutive league titles.
Wow.
It's a national record for any sport. And this is Arnold Alpert's last high school match. He's retiring after this year.
Oh, wow.
Perriman with a nice single leg and a foot sweep and extends his lead to 4-1.
Wow, he looks good.
Again, the pedigree here. His father wrestled for Temecula. State place winner here up in California. Went out to Arizona State. Perriman took 5th here in 2020.
So no commitment yet for Perriman, right?
Not as of now.
And he goes 4-2 lead into the second period. Murillo out of Canyon Springs, the 6th seed, making it here to the finals. Beating the 3-2 seed on his way. Now Perriman will be on top here in the second period. Goes for a far ankle.
This weight is loaded with Southern sections. Murillo beat Santino Sanchez from Esperanza in the semis. Comes back up here, got another Southern section guy in Perriman. Perriman's got a 4-3 lead.
And again, Murillo with that Russian tie, just holding on to it. Ooh! And Perriman tried to snap him down with that tie.
Perriman's got a nice shot here. Oh, a little chin whip. A little bit of funk from Murillo.
I'd give that 4 in freestyle. Kind of looking like Chris McCate is Perriman out here. And that Russian tie again. I like what Perriman did last time, where he used himself in that tie as an offensive position, tried to snap down Murillo. Murillo bringing it up, standing up straight now. He's in a comfortable position here.
Perriman doing a great job circling into it. Takes the pressure off that shoulder. And now he clears his wrist.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, at 116 pounds, your CIF state champion.
Good work there by both wrestlers.
Got a veteran official, Corey Salmon, on the mat.
From Selma High School with a record of 20 wins, 3 losses, Ariana Arias. Your opponent this evening in the green corner from Clovis East High School, a
15 to go in the period.
undefeated 31 wins, no losses, Isabella Marie Gonzalez.
Murillo almost looks like he wants to tie up his wrists.
Yeah.
Up top, a little bit higher stance than normal. Perriman, he's got a very low center of gravity. He loves to get low and hit that double leg. Perriman going down with a 4-3 lead.
Trying to give himself a 2-point lead here with an escape.
Ooh. Return to the mat by Murillo. Quickly into a spiral ride.
Perriman up to his feet here. They're not really moving.
There's the stall call. Stall call on Murillo, didn't return him to the mat.
Ooh, Perriman's got to be careful there.
Yeah, he came out to the side here, and a little bit of a crotch lift on.
Yeah, with the claw
With
ride,
the
he could put him
claws.
straight to his back, but Perriman worked his way out of it. Minute 25 here. Perriman, it should be a 2-point lead, 5-3.
No, 4-3 here. Nice little standing Granby attempt by Perriman. We're in a north-south position here. Backs out, gets the escape, extends his lead. 1 minute to go in the third. A 2-point lead for Perriman. Switches off to a collar tie.
Outside tie for Murillo here. He needs to get his offense going. He's only down by 2, but he hasn't been able to get on Perriman's legs yet. Perriman's just going to reshoot. He's got a strong reshot.
And again, Murillo goes upper body a little bit here. Controlling the elbows, lifting it up. And there's the stall call on Perriman for backing out.
First call, though, 30 seconds left.
5-3 lead for Perriman.
Heavy hands by Murillo. I can hear the slaps. 23 seconds left.
Nothing egregious, though. 15 to go. A little bit of body motion by both wrestlers. Controlling the 2-on-1. Back to the Russian for Murillo. 5 seconds to go.
Perriman looks like he's going to do it.
And there it is. Your champion at 120 pounds out of Temecula Valley, Ethan Perriman.
And that's 2 champions for Temecula Valley tonight. 126 pounds, sophomore Brock Mananona, number 1 seed, taking on Zeth Romney, number 2 seed out of Chaminade. Romney in the green ankle band, Mantanona in the red.
Hey, guess what, Oren? A rematch of last week in the Southern Section Finals.
Again, Southern Section's not bad, right?
You know, I mean, 39 state place winners, third most of all times. Phenomenal. Oh, knee pick by Romney.
Romney looking tough right here.
If you've never watched the Montanonas wrestle, they got some funk to them.
They got a lot of funk.
And Brock, he's the baby, you know. He's got the skills, he's fluid, and Romney has got length.
Ooh, and explosion. Comes out with a single leg. Oh, and Mantanona doing the splits here.
The split series is taught. That's not, I mean, that's intentional. Now he switches off to a nice little whizzer tilt.
We're scrambling, folks. Romney's in a decent position, but Mantanona's not really in trouble either.
He countered that nice. He had a whizzer and an ankle.
And look how he's keeping
He's
that ankle out of his leg. Oh, I don't know whose leg is who here.
Well, there's the 2 takedowns for Romney.
Romney going up first, 2-0.
That leg was in such an awkward position. Now he tries a wrong way tilt. He's got the Anderson. Standing Anderson.
Wow.
How many times have we said it tonight? When your opponents wrestle each other multiple times during a season, you pick and choose, and you kind of see them. With video now, you have that response. You have that, I don't know, studying techniques.
Yeah. It's your responsibility to learn about your opponent, and I'm not saying change your whole style to your opponent, but you want to know what they do. You're gonna have to research what Mantanona does, because nobody knows what he does, even when you watch him wrestle. But now Romney, he for sure did his homework.
You're seeing a different style here, both in a very low center drop knee stance. We're at a 2-1 match. 5 seconds to go in the period.
And these two have met before this year, with Mantanona being the victor out of that one. That was last week?
Last week in the finals, yeah.
Romney has a pretty good pedigree, taking 5th and 3rd in the state of California.
Well, you know, Brock hasn't got his chance. You know, last year with being closed down and only being a sophomore, and now he's in the finals. You're going to see his brother here in just a few matches.
And the oldest brother was also state champion here back in, I think, 2012, 13.
3-1 lead for Romney.
last week was such a close match as well. It was a 6-4 match with Montanona coming out as a victor. Now we have another 2-point match going on, 3-1 for Romney.
And Montanona didn't get to wrestle yet at a state tournament, but his accomplishments speak for themselves. First at the 2020 USA Wrestling Preseason Nationals, he took 4th at the UWW 15 Freestyle Nationals, and 2nd in 2021 16U Freestyle Nationals.
And if you can go back and watch that 16U National Freestyle Championships, wow, what a phenomenal finals match.
Incredible.
He was on the wrong end of it. Again, he's back to that Wizard Tilt series.
Romney looking aggressive here.
Sometimes he'll step over this, but Romney doing a great job elevating it off the mat.
And Montanona just working that defense, making it very, very tough for Romney to finish. Romney cannot go to the head here. That would get him in a lot of trouble. He's going to lose his arm there. But he is resilient, hanging on to that leg of Montanona. 30 seconds left here in the second. Montanona, I don't know what he's going for.
Again, great technique here great call by the official. Called a stalemate early. Kind of went into that Iranian. He trapped the arm, locked that body, get the stalemate call, gets himself out of a very tough position.
19 seconds left here. Montanona down by 2.
Both of them take a quick peek to the clock. They see that they got 5 seconds left. We're going to go to the third. Montanona takes bottom.
Montanona up to his feet. Romney trying to return. Montanona staying up on his feet. 3-2 score. Romney up by 1. He's in on another shot. Puts Montanona on his butt for a moment. He's scrambling, doing the splits as Montanona. Romney coming up, shelving the leg.
That length of Brock doing real well. Oh, and he tries to hit a mixer, and he catches him. He's getting near fall.
Romney's on his back. He's in trouble.
Montanona hits a cement mixer.
And it's over.
And he gets the fall.
What? What?
Brock Montanona hits a mixer. Concrete Kid style. Northampton puts it to his back, gets the fall, and your champion at 126 pounds, sophomore from Palm Desert, Brock Montanona.
Right here, right now. Here we go.
Hey, have I said it tonight? A matchup of last week? Geoffrey's Central Section champion. Lemus was the runner-up.
I've been watching Joffrey since his freshman year, and the kid is a little monster.
He is, It's a 3-1 series for Geoffrey this year. Obviously being in the same league, so on and so forth. Geoffrey's beat him 3 times. Lemus does have that one victory. Looking to avenge the loss, I guess Geoffrey is.
Yeah.
I mean, technically he did it last week, but...
Interesting that you don't see the brothers in the corners.
Yeah.
Tierpelli versus Tierpelli.
It's great. I love that rivalry.
It's phenomenal. Just built such a dominant area. I mean, Clovis is just a hotbed for California wrestling.
Unreal. Alex Tierpelli over at Clovis. He's not the head coach, but he is running such a good show there. Him taking over from his father.
Both these programs have won the last 9, if I'm not mistaken. I have to look back on that. The last 9 championships.
Unreal. And
it might be even 10. I lose count with that COVID year and where it's going.
And Gabe Sanchez took over the program a few years back, and he has been doing amazing things, bringing Clovis back into the limelight. They've been struggling for a few years, but this year they're in 3rd place, right behind Poway. And I think that's a big step up for some of the years they've had.
He was down in the southern section at Ukaipa for a while and then came up, doing a great job with the young kids. And Lemus is no slouch by any means. You know, Geoffrey had some pretty good pedigree. His brothers have wrestled all the way through Buchanan as well. He's a commit. And he's in on a... Out of bounds. I was going to say he's in on a double leg.
That
and then
seemed like pretty easy defense from Lemus for some reason. I don't know why. He just turned and he was fine.
I was saying Geoffrey's heading out to Virginia. Going to wrestle with those ACC boys.
Joffrey will get choice in this first period. We're still scoreless, so he'll choose bottom. Smart choice. If it's scoreless, you want to score first so that you have choice in overtime if it comes to that.
Geoffrey, a 3-time California State Place winner. You know, as a freshman back in 2019, he was in the state finals. You know, he took second. Then...
Yeah, I mean, every California freshman's done that, right?
Yeah, well, not many.
He lost to Richard Figueroa that year, I remember. Beat...
You know, we'll go out to Palomino for sure, you know. We've had some 4-timers.
Yeah. First one was Daryl Vasquez out of Bakersfield. Second one, Justin Mejia, I believe was the second one.
I do believe so. And then obviously, you know, those Clovis kids, they can wrestle.
Seth Nevels was next, I believe, too. And then Jesse Vasquez was the fourth, beating one of my guys in the finals.
Currently at Arizona State. Right now.
Great program they got over there for the Sun Devils. Zeke Jones doing a great job.
Just getting commit after commit, especially out of here in California.
And you know, it started with the Valencia brothers out of St. John Bosco. Zahid and Anthony, both All-Americans for ASU. Zahid, national champ. They got the ball rolling when Zeke joined. And now they're a powerhouse.
Geoffrey stays so square. Like he rests that elbow on that knee, but he stays square. He's in kind of a old school Sugarfoot stance.
Yeah. He just really doesn't give anything up. And he's been doing that since he was a freshman in high school. So it makes him very tough to wrestle. Shot here by Joffrey. He comes underneath. Scramble position. Lemus trying to scramble. Joffrey hooking the bottom leg. He wants to put Lemus in trouble here.
10 seconds
Short
to go.
Time. If Joffrey's able to secure both legs, get 2 takedown right at the end of the period.
And
that's what I like to call stealing the period there for Joffrey.
he really did, but I'm going to give Lemus some credit there. That was very close to him going to his back. He recognized, hey, I already gave up the 2. I'm just going to bail, belly out, live to fight another period.
It's a mature decision to make. So now Lemus will get choice. He'll choose bottom, down 3-0 to Jack Joffrey, the senior. Lemus trying to get away. Tough ride here by Joffrey.
That wrist control is phenomenal.
Man, that is a Clovis area staple. Remember the Neville's brothers always riding high with that wrist.
We're going to get a caution here on Lemus.
Joffrey with head and an arm there.
Well, he had like a modified 2-on-1. It was he reached over the shoulder, had that 2-on-1 on the wrist control. Now he's pushing that far wrist underneath, looking for a half on the far side. Now he's trapping that shoulder with his leg. So he lifts the bar, and he's trying to slide on. They called it potentially dangerous. It did come off the back.
Yes.
And we're going to get a little bit of a blood time here.
I mean, Joffrey relentless there on top. It was a good call by the official trying to keep the athletes safe. But he's been doing that right all weekend, turning guys with it all the time.
You know, both of these wrestlers just travel up and down the state. They hit those hard tournaments. I mean, obviously the Zinkin Classics there, Doc B, Battle for the Belt, 5 counties.
And I mean, they even travel out of state all the time. You have Dario Lemus, 4th at Super 32, one of the toughest tournaments in the country.
Yeah, in a COVID year.
Oh, and
Nice
Joffrey with the suck back.
back.
Lemus moving. Almost with the reversal there.
Phenomenal. He did like a little bit of a short sit, got up on his head, started running. Thought I was going to see a Peterson there for a second.
Lemus looking good. Might look for a go behind here. Joffrey controlling the elbow, though.
He's down 3-1.
50 seconds, but he's going. In and out, in and out. Looking for the takedown. Is Lemus getting his elbows trapped, though, in that front head position.
Little shuck by attempt. Look at Joffrey. He's got the elbow, he's got the wrist, head position's locked. He knows there's under 30 seconds left. He's staying square. Right in the middle of the mat, takes a quick peek to the clock, sees he's got 20 left. Little knee pick.
15 seconds left.
That elbow super deep and a slide by, drops down to a single leg. Head position, looking good, looking to switch across.
Lemus needs to pull him in.
Another split series defense.
5 seconds left.
What an ending!
And he doesn't get it. Joffrey gets his state title. Senior from Buchanan does it.
Second place as a freshman, 4th as a sophomore. Comes back his senior year, gets that state title. He's going to take that California championship out to Virginia and advance his wrestling career in college. Jack Joffrey, 132 cool. You know, I mean, I'm a huge Michigan boy, and Montanona's heading out to go be Big Blue.
Oh, yeah. Montanona's brother, also a state champ from earlier, so.
Which brother is going to have the rough day?
Yeah, exactly.
Which brother's going to have the great day?
I don't know if I want to be there for Thanksgiving. The ones who lost, but.
They've had 2 previous matches, and 2 previous matches were both so close. There was a 4-3 decision by Joffrey. I lied, excuse me, by Montanona. And then their last went into overtime, sudden victory. A winner by Montanona as well.
So Montanona with a 2-0 record against Joffrey. But they've been very close matches. Overtime and 4-3. This is going to be very, very interesting.
And both guys are not only on the state circuit, they're on the national circuit. They travel. They got so many accolades.
Oh my gosh.
We can't even list them. It's impressive. I mean,
So
we got
impressive.
cadet freestyle state champs. We got national champs cadet
Oh,
freestyle.
I love it. Montanona in the 2020 USA Wrestling Preseason Nationals, first and OW. Oh my goodness. First at cadet freestyle, first at Super 32. And he was a cadet world team member in 2021.
And Montanona is a freshman up here in 2020, took 3rd. He was at 106 pounds. Moved up a couple weight classes over the years. He's at 38s now.
Lost to Andre Gonzalez from Poway in the finals. That was a great match.
That was fun. You were on the call there.
Yeah. And here's scoreless in the first period. Joffrey will get choice here. He'll choose the bottom position.
And for a 38-pounder, Bo is extremely long.
Very long.
He is tall, got plenty of length. He can hit a cradle from anywhere.
He could cradle me from right there. There it is.
As I say
First
and he hits a
attempt.
suck back. Ooh, almost like a pancake, but he was really over the waist.
Joffrey looking like he can get away here.
Controlling the elbow. Montanona's happy to get a stalemate call here. There it is, right on cue, official. Thanks for making me look good. When you got a face for radio, those officials, man, they make you look good.
Hey, anyone listening to this, he is lying. He does not have a face for radio. This is a handsome man. But he's married, so back off. Mantanona now letting Joffrey away. 1-0 lead for Joffrey. That could be important when we get to the sudden victory rounds.
Again, both previous matches were super close. Obviously, a 4-3 and a 3-1 overtime.
Ooh, nice shot by Joffrey. He doesn't get in deep, though.
But again, that length of Bo Montanona just stops him. Puts his hand out, runs into that forearm. Now he's back in a front headlock position.
Ooh.
And he catches it. He normally cradles from that position, but he gets a single leg. Step over. We might have a little roll here, a little underneath. Coming over the top. Almost into a spladle if he can put his foot through.
Mantanona's trying to get his arm free so he can catch Joffrey on his back. In a good position here, almost in like a Navy ride. But Joffrey has the left leg of Mantanona, so he can't really move that well. But he can hold on and probably get a stalemate from here.
We're in a north-south, and there's the stalemate call. 15 to go in the period.
Ooh. Nice little head slap. So Mantanona will get choice here in the third. He'll choose bottom. Scape will tie it up.
Again, Buchanan locked up the team race before the finals. Poway's in second. Matter of fact, all the positions are pretty locked. Obviously, with this last match, Palm Desert not going to be able to catch Clovis.
Oh, man, that might be their best finish.
Oh, it is.
I don't know how many years.
For sure. For
Fourth
sure.
For Palm Desert. And they're all young.
What's great is the diversity across the state. You know, I mean, obviously Buchanan's been dominant over the last couple of years, but first place, Central Section. Second place, San Diego. Third, Central. As I say it, a beautiful two reversal for Montanona.
And he puts himself in a power position. And Mantanona trying to get a fleet call there.
What a fun state finals. What a fun state finals.
Some of the best that I've seen overall.
Now, whether that's just because we missed it so much last year, but it's just been wonderful.
Some exciting matches.
These young men are, you know, credit to all of them. They're the ones out there. We're just a bunch of goofballs sitting behind a mic.
We just like watching wrestling.
We live in the glory days, I guess.
Mantanona will win with a ride out, but can't do it. Joffrey keeps coming up to his feet. We got a 2-2 match. 1-2 in the state. Minute left here in the third period.
We went to overtime last time at the Dog B. Now we're in the state finals. All knotted at 2 with 50 seconds to go.
Underhook by Joffrey.
With a club, too. He popped that shoulder, dug that underhook. Montanona's like, I'm just going to stand a drop knee. Right back to that drop knee. 30 to go. We're going to see some fireworks.
Oh, yeah. 20 seconds left.
It's coming.
I suggest you guys don't blink. 13 seconds.
Both of them looked at the clock. I think they're going to go to OT here. 10 seconds to go. Not going to take a bad shot towards the end. And, hey, we're heading to overtime
Ladies
again.
and gentlemen, we got overtime. Final match of the night. Takedown wins it.
Any point wins it.
Mantanona with that over tie.
Just a long reach. He seems so far away.
Mantanona shot attempt. .36 seconds left.
Fingers intertwined. Geoffrey did not want that penalty point. He quickly let go.
23 seconds left. Pressure's on by Geoffrey. Mantanona was in a 3-point stance. They might be looking for double overtime now. 10 seconds left.
Now Geoffrey scored first.
Shot attempt by Mantanona. Too little, too late. We're going to go in
Time to go to the 30-30.
right outs.
And again, we're going to wrestle the entire 30 seconds. We're not in sudden victory.
Geoffrey
Short.
coming up to his feet.
Mantanona dropped to the ankle.
Now he needs to be careful not to lock his hands here. Oh, and he's almost able to hold on. Geoffrey escapes with 11 left.
You normally don't see that. You normally see somebody when they drop to the ankle, they want to go forward to get away from that for the escape. Geoffrey's like, hey, let's go unorthodox. He's going to go step behind, get the escape. Now Mantanona down by 1. If Geoffrey rides him out here, he's going to be a state champion like his brother.
Oh, yeah. Back to back.
Spiral ride by Geoffrey.
Mantanona putting himself in a bad position, but he's looking for a reversal, actually. He puts himself in a good position. And he gets a reversal.
And he got a count.
Oh, and he
got
got
a
near
2
fall.
count. Officials got 2 in the bank. Bo Montanona's got 2 near fall with the reversal.
And it looks like it's over. Bo Mantanona gets a 2 near fall 2. His brother running up to the mat. And he is your state champion at 138 pounds.
Hold
The officials are talking.
Hold on.
We don't want to celebrate too early.
No points.
What?
No.
Oh, I don't know what's going on here.
We're the officials and we have no idea what's going on here. They're saying no points.
Wait, what? Ladies and gentlemen, I don't really know what just happened, to be honest.
The officials confirmed. Here's what they're saying. They're saying that there was no transition of points, no reversal, no near fall, that Geoffrey still had control. He had got the point from the previous period, already up 4-3.